At the moment, it seems like you can't switch on YouTube without finding another 1,000 videos dedicated to the topic of how COPPA's rules are going to be enforced by YouTube at the beginning of the new year. So I apologise in advance for adding one more to these, even though I have no additional information to offer. Like a lot of people, I'm not completely certain what is going to happen at the beginning of 2020, and I genuinely don't know what to expect, which I'm sure was not their intention at all. I do have one question though. Well, two if you include wondering how YouTubers can be fined for collecting the user data of viewers under 13 when no YouTuber, as far as I know, collects the data of any user of any age. I mean, I can't speak for other people obviously, but I know I don't have the information of any user of this platform, whether over or under 13. There have been a couple of adpocalypses in the last couple of years, and they were usually blamed rightly or wrongly on one YouTuber or channel, and for some this is considered to be Adpocalypse 3.0. Which leads me to the question, was this caused by 5-Minute Crafts and other similar style channels saturating YouTube? And I am almost looking forward to the beginning of next year just so I can go and find out. Because 5-Minute Crafts and their various evil doppelgangers such as Troom Troom hold the curious position, in my opinion, of being clearly aimed at children while simultaneously being completely inappropriate for their target demographic. My problem with 5-Minute Crafts isn't just that they're corporate, or that their crafts often take way longer than 5 minutes, or that nearly everything they do involves a glue gun or toothpaste or both, or that their content is recycled in order for them to post compilations every 20 minutes. It's all that and more, but mostly it's misleading and some of it is dangerous. Even if you don't even watch the videos and just go by the thumbnails. You don't have to look far for a video criticising these channels, which is how, despite the fact that I've never deliberately watched a single video from these kinds of channels, I've seen way too much of their content. You can see just by looking at the thumbnails that they are designed to appeal to younger children who lack any ability to think critically. Because, I mean, come on, you only need to look at this thumbnail to know that A, that wouldn't work, and B, if it did, you'd probably burn your house down. So really, I can't help wondering if it was channels like these that caused the Adpocalypse 3.0. But with all that said, I've seen a few videos springing up from people who do all kinds of creative things on YouTube, and all of them were, to varying degrees, worried about what's going to happen. And while I don't think that's completely unreasonable, I have seen videos from people who have developed a few misconceptions. To name a few I've heard in the past few days: 1, if you don't have YouTube you can't have Gmail. 2, if you're not monetised your channel will be deleted. 3, I have to delete all my videos in case children accidentally like them. There are many more by the way, but I don't want to make this a 4-hour video and I'm sure you don't want that either. So just to address those ones: 1, no, that's a misunderstanding. YouTube is linked to Gmail, not the other way around. Not that you can't have your entire account deleted, which would include both YouTube and Gmail, because you can, but you can have Gmail without running a YouTube account. 2, this is, in my opinion, a misinterpretation of YouTube's warning that some channels that are not commercially viable may get deleted. Now, they do have some responsibility for this rumour getting started, again in my opinion, because it's very vaguely worded and could be interpreted in so many ways. But to add my interpretation of this statement, it's not that YouTube will close the accounts of people who are not making them any money, because that is the majority of people who use YouTube, in other words, people who have accounts which they only use to watch videos and never upload anything. My interpretation is that anybody who breaks the rules and ends up costing YouTube money by doing so will get deleted. But as I said, this is open to interpretation because they've worded it so vaguely. So I'm not stating this as fact, just saying that that is how I read it. But I can totally understand why other people have read it differently, and I'm not going to categorically state that they are wrong because it's vague. 3. Again, I think this is a misunderstanding because videos aimed at younger children haven't been banned. They are going to be subject to different rules, but they haven't been banned. So really, I can't see any reason why you would need to remove old videos, whether or not you monetize. And with all that said, I don't think the rules are appropriate, but I do think they've been massively misunderstood. And I also think that YouTube has a lot of responsibility for that because they've been deliberately unclear at saying how channels or individual videos will qualify as aimed at children. And maybe that's because they don't know themselves, so they're just using vagarity as a smokescreen to cover that up, either because they are as unclear as they are making us as to how to accurately adhere to COPPA's rules, or because they don't know what their dreaded algorithm is going to come up with next. Or maybe I'm being too kind and it's because they just want to deflect the responsibility for their data collection onto those who use the site. And it's working because on pretty much every video I've seen about COPPA there'll be at least one person in the comment section blaming all this on parents for using YouTube as an electronic babysitter, instead of on YouTube for gathering that data in the first place, or words to that effect. So in the deflection stakes I'd give YouTube a B-. But it occurs to me that it's not necessary because they don't have to target people under 13 to continue showing adverts. Advertising to people of any age isn't illegal, otherwise there'd be no adverts anywhere just in case young children saw them. So if they want to do targeted adverts at people who like things intended for a younger audience, let's say, all they need to do is target specific videos rather than specific users. And I'm pretty certain they already do this anyway. I've noticed videos by entrepreneurs attached to anti-MLM videos too often for them to be randomly generated. And that's just one example. So once they stop allowing adverts to be targeted at users they assume to be under 13, won't they just start targeting the specific videos instead? I'm just speculating, but it wouldn't surprise me if that's how they chose to handle the situation. Which, if you consider advertising to under 13s to be a problem, doesn't really solve the problem at all.